You. What's up, y'all? Tell like it is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the boxing event that happened last night. Shout out to everybody on the card. It actually was a pretty decent fight card. You know what I'm saying? I do think that one thing that kind of turned me off about the card was the meat riding of Turkey Al-Sheikh at the end of the day. It is what it is. I mean, he has been putting on some good boxing events out there in Saudi Arabia. But for the Nevada State Athletics Commission to put this dude into the Hall of Fame with him being a year in, it's just like, come on, y'all. Like, literally, this dude bought his way into the Hall of Fame. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to chill out with this. You know what I'm saying? Let that man get about 3 to 5 years in the game before y'all out here ready to just throw somebody in the Hall of Fame because they done threw a couple good fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop playing games. But anyway. But salute to Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? This was a great card last night. A lot of great fights last night. So salute to him. He's trying to put the money together. Well, not put the money. He got the money, but he's using his money to make the best fights possible. And whether I think he's a culture vulture or not, he's putting on the best fights at the end of the day. Not maybe the best fights, but the best fights possible that people will want to see. So I tip my cap off to him for that. But anyway, let's get into the card, man. So let's start off with Big Baby Anderson getting his ass knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Getting his ass all the way tore up. You know what I'm saying? Now, Eddie Kardashian ass did say that Big Baby Anderson was going to lose this fight. And he did. This dude, Baluke or whatever, however you say this dude name, this brother came out here and was putting them things on Big Baby Anderson. You know what I'm saying? He put the paws on him last night, man. And it made me think a while ago of when Big Baby Anderson talked about, how he's not in a rush, this, that, and the third. And when I heard that from him, I want to say this was last year, maybe even a couple years ago. When I heard that from him, I was like, man, this dude ain't got it. Because at the end of the day, when you're in the sport of boxing, you want to become the heavyweight champ. You want to be known as the HNIC, you know what I'm saying? The head nigga in charge. You want to be known as that, you know what I'm saying? You want to be that guy, numero uno. You want to be pound for pound in your goddamn weight division. And for this dude to make it seem like he's not in a rush, anything like that, I'm like, yeah, this dude ain't got it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this was like a step-up fight for him or whatever the case may be, but it didn't work out for Big Baby Anderson, man. It just didn't, man. This is the heavyweight division, though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going undefeated. And that was one of the things that rubbed me off the wrong way, too. It's like, bro, you're in the heavyweight division where literally one punch can change an entire fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, motherfucker, you gonna lose, bro. Ain't nobody no Floyd Mayweather out here in the heavyweight division. That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes got to get off this notion of you got to be undefeated to be a great fighter. Bro, there's great fighters in the Hall of Fame with multiple fucking losses. You know what I'm saying? You got your De La Hoyas, you got your Sugar Ray Leonards, Thomas Hitman Hearns, Marvin Hagler, goddamn Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez. You got Antonio Barreras and all these the Felix Trinidads, the Zab Zudas. You got all these great fighters, bro, who held L's, got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that took some hella fight knockouts at the end of the day. You got your Bernard Hopkins and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But so, to have that level of mentality, like he's protecting his zero and shit, I just don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's just my personal opinion on that. But anyway, man, salute to this dude. I don't even know how to pronounce his name though, but Baluke or whatever, man. Salute to the brother, man. He came out there. That's a big man. That's a big man right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a big man right there. You could tell he was way bigger than goddamn Gerald Anderson. He couldn't really get out of the way of the jab. And then, it just seemed like Gerald, Big Baby just was gunshot. You know what I'm saying? This dude was holding a lot of power. He had the reach. He had the height advantage. And, it just was a bad matchup for Big Baby Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Big Baby Anderson start taking this shit serious. Get to the gym, get back, watch the film, see where he went wrong at, this, that, and the third. It's either this dude is that good or Big Baby Anderson is that trash. And this is why he wasn't in no rush to get the big fights. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. The next fight was Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller, the original Big Baby. All right. Now, watching this fight, I was kind of interested. I'm watching the fight and shit like that. It seemed like Andy Ruiz was gassed. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he was completely gassed in this particular fight. And this is what happens when you're not fighting, when you're not active. And these guys just think they could just come in here and fight one time a year or fight a year. And they're having way too many layoffs. And that's the problem, not only with Andy Ruiz, but a lot of these boxers that was over there with PBC. Deontay Wilder. A lot of these fighters are taking way too much. I mean, look at Earl Spence right now. This nigga hasn't fought since Bud Crawford whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? Since Bud Crawford gave that nigga that hellified ass whooping in goddamn Vegas last year, he still hasn't fought. And, it's been talks of the fight with him and Fundora possibly getting moved back or possibly, that's going to just spell disaster for Earl Spence, man. I hope Earl is able to come back to some shape or form, but I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The longer this shit keeps getting pushed back, the more and more I think, because Fundora done fought already this year. You know what I'm saying? Fundora might get in here and beat the fuck out of goddamn Earl Spence, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I ain't want to sit up here and hold y'all niggas on that. And I fuck with Earl, but nigga, these long layoffs ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you see it. You see it even when we talking about Andy Ruiz. The difference between what Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller is the fact that at least Big Baby Miller fought this year already. Andy Ruiz's last fight was what? I want to say it was fucking King Kong Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that's the nigga last fight, and that might have been almost 2 years ago. See what I'm saying? So these long layoffs don't do it. But anyway, I thought Big Baby Miller won the fight, straight up and down. I thought he won. I thought he was bringing it to Andy Ruiz, hitting him with the body shots. He actually was hurting Andy Ruiz with them body shots. And, from what the reports are after the fight is that Andy Ruiz fucked his hand up, this, that, and the third. It don't matter. He still lost the fight, regardless if he fucked his hand up or not. He lost that fight. Just like, people would sit up there and try to throw an L on Tank for his fight against Pitbull Cruz when he clearly was outboxing this nigga. But, Pitbull Cruz, they got to rematch it because that was a close fight with Tank. That shit was not no close fight. Tank won that fight with a fucked up hand, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just outboxed him. But Andy Ruiz, in my opinion, he lost this fight. Big Baby Miller was bringing it to him, hitting him with combinations. I thought that Big Baby Miller should have jumped on his ass more, and his corner was telling him, like, yo, you got to throw 2 or 3 punches, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really countering nothing. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to him, go downstairs to the body. And I thought that if Big Baby Miller continued his assault down to the body, especially them left hooks seemed like them shits was the money punch for Gerald Miller. You know what I'm saying? So, it was good to see Gerald Miller, man, but it's unfortunate that the brother had to put this draw on his goddamn record. Maybe they run it back. Who knows? If they run it back, I think I got Big Baby Miller pulling this one out. I think he might knock his ass out this time around. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? They was in there thumping. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Andy Ruiz and Gerald Miller. All right? So let's get over to this particular fight right here. And this is Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Rayo Venezuela, right? I ain't gonna hold y'all. Coming into this fight and just watching the weigh-in, I thought that Pitbull Cruz was gonna come in here and beat the fuck out of Ryo, man. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold y'all niggas, man. I thought Pitbull Cruz was gonna come in here and beat the fuck out of Ryo. You know what I'm saying? Even the way Ryo was looking at Ryo looked like one of them niggas that's like, he don't look like he can fight, but that nigga can actually fight. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I wasn't sure. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna have to roll with Pitbull on this one. Man, listen, that boy Ryo, first round, I knew like, damn, like if this nigga can keep this up, man, it's gonna be a long night for Pitbull. He came in there, was using that, ran to the center of the ring. That's first. You gotta establish who's boss at the end of the day. He ran to the center of the ring right after the bell. As soon as the bell rang, ran to that center of the ring and let that nigga Pitbull know, hey, look, nigga, I ain't no goddamn. I ain't none of them niggas you been fighting, dog. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? And he put that jab in that nigga face, kept that nigga at bay, and pretty much played the bull and matador kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Used a beautiful jab, man. Beautiful boxing, man, from Ryo Venezuela, man. He did his thing, used the shoulder roll, catching shots, this, that, and the third. Because Pitbull this nigga really only got 2 punches, bro. He got a left hook and a right hook. That's it. And I give Pitbull a lot of credit with as limited as his arsenal is. He's been able to be very effective with that shit at the end of the day. But what Venezuela was doing was using that jab through that peekaboo guard, at times coming through with the uppercut, swinging over the top when it comes down to throwing his hooks, trying to throw the hooks behind the gloves, you know what I'm saying? To hit that nigga, because, Pitbull keeps that high peekaboo guard, so it could be hard to kind of, get that hook off. You got to really sweep that bitch at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. I thought he did that. I mean, Ryo, man, Ryo impressed me, man. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you, man. Salute to Ryo Venezuela, man. He did his motherfucking thing last night. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong about Ryo. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give Ryo a round of applause last night, man. Goddamn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, marvelous performance from Ryo last night. Now, y'all chill out. Y'all chill out talking about this nigga can fuck with Tank. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta chill out with that. You know what I'm saying? But, that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight if Tank go up to 140. But, yeah, man, salute to Ryo, man. He did his motherfucking numbers last night. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. And he has some sneaky defense. He was getting hit with shots from Pitbull. He took those shots pretty well. But it was kind of funny, man. Pitbull was trying to knock this nigga. Pitbull was trying to knock this nigga head off him. He just could not catch this nigga, man. He couldn't catch him, man, to save his life, man. To save his title, he couldn't catch that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's because Pitbull is so limited, bro. He only has a left and a right. That's it. Even when he goes down to the body, it's a left and a right. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull don't even jab. The nigga wasn't even jabbing. You know what I'm saying? Part of the reason why he probably wasn't jabbing is because he was trying to catch Ryo while he was jabbing and slip and come through and throw some shit over the top. But, your arm's too short to box the God. I don't kill soloists, only kill squads. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to goddamn Nas, you know what I mean? But anyway, his arms are too short to box with God. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. You know what I mean? So, Ryo was keeping him off with the jab. And then, he kept his arms up, kind of used the shoulder roll a little bit. Because you know that he's only going to throw a hook. That's it. He only going to throw hooks. He ain't throwing no uppercuts like that. He tried to throw some uppercuts here and there in the fight, but I thought Pitbull should have probably went more at throwing the uppercut, especially when he got him in the position, when he had him on the ropes. He kept trying to throw that hook. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And, when you fighting fighters, especially with some of the trainers that Ryo has, as, Robert Garcia, a lot of these guys that were fighters, they know the game. You know what I'm saying? They know the game. They fought. They done been world champions. They done seen some of the greatest fighters. They done trained against, Robert Garcia has trained a few fighters that fought against Floyd Mayweather. So, he knows what he's looking at and how to take away these weapons and stuff like that. And I thought that he implemented a lot of stuff that Mayweather does in this particular fight. And it worked out for him because, motherfucking Pitbull, bro, he only a one-trick pony, bro. He a one-trick pony. You take that left and right hook away from that nigga, he's done as a fighter, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? All you got to worry about is just not getting caught with something too clean at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And but salute to Ryo, man. Beautiful boxing from goddamn Ryo last night, man. He did his motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give another round of applause to goddamn Ryo at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He surprised me. He shocked me. And whoever put their money on Ryo last night, they won them some bread. You know what I'm saying? Won them some hellified bread. If you put Ryo out here fucking up niggas parlays last night, man. That nigga Ryo out here fucking up. That nigga was the parlay killer last night, man. God damn, Ryo. You know what I'm saying? Nigga out here fucking up niggas parlays and shit, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Salute to Ryo. I don't know what the crowd was out there booing about. First of all, I don't know what the crowd was booing about, acting like Pitbull Cruz won the fight. Like, are y'all niggas, like, I don't understand these niggas. Like, they both Mexican, so, it was what it was. But it's like, I didn't understand it. Like, maybe the majority of Mexicans there like Pitbull more than they like Ryo. I don't know. But Pitbull did not win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, even for Pitbull to get up there and act like he won the fight, I let the fans tell, nigga, shut your ass up, nigga. You got your ass outboxed and your ass fucked up niggas parlays last night. Yes, you did, Pitbull, nigga. You got your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You got your ass whooped in there yesterday. That man was outboxing your ass. That man was clearly outboxing you last night. It was nothing to debate about. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even nothing to debate about. When I seen the scorecard that somebody gave it to Pitbull Cruz, I thought they was going to rob him. I was like, they about to rob the fuck out of Ryo. You know what I'm saying? You know how boxing is and shit with the politics. I was like, they about to rob the fuck out of him. When he actually won, I was happy for him. You know what I'm saying? I was happy for him because he deserved to win, period. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. The man deserved to win that fight, and which he did. The crowd booing him. Y'all niggas disgusting at the end of the day, and y'all don't know shit about boxing. I'm gonna keep it straight up with y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about no boxing. Y'all just want to see rock'em sock'em robots and shit like that. Y'all don't want to do nothing of the sweet science, no none of that. Know what I'm saying? Y'all act like the nigga was running from this nigga or something. Like, he wasn't running from that nigga. He was putting a jab in that nigga face, hitting that nigga with hooks, hitting that nigga with uppercuts, going down to the body, you know what I'm saying? Making that nigga miss, you know what I'm saying? He was styling and profiling out there, you know what I'm saying? Nigga was out there like Rico Suave out there with the boxing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas got to chill out, you know what I'm saying? And Pitbull Cruz got to stop this whole chasing niggas for a fight. I think he went out the ring and started shaking up Devin Haney and all this. He trying to get his hustle on and shit. He was trying to hustle his way back into a Tank Davis fight, but that's pretty much over with now with him losing. So, I think Pitbull trying to, he tried to jump out the ring and, hey, set me and Devin up. Try to run over to the turkey nigga. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him to put that bag on him and Devin or something. You know what I mean? So he can get back and get some money. It is what it is. Salute to Pitbull. I like Pitbull, man, but God damn it, bro. Yeah, when you start facing good boxers, all that shit you was getting away with a lot of these different fighters, that shit ain't gonna work with a dude like Ryo. And he let you know that shit ain't gonna work. Now, I don't know if they gonna run this back. I don't know if there's a rematch clause. If there is a rematch clause or they run it back, I ain't got a problem with seeing the fight again. But I think the same thing is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that could be different is that maybe Pitbull, at least put a jab in your goddamn arsenal, bro. Like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't got no jab. I mean, his arms are short anyway, so it's gonna be hard for that nigga to get in on Ryo, especially with the fighting style that Ryo decided to fight that nigga with. He was better. The only way I could see this nigga beating Pitbull Cruz beating Ryo, honestly, is if Ryo get in there and he's trying to knock this nigga out. That's the only way I see Pitbull Cruz beating Ryo. Other than that, as long as Ryo is boxing and doing his thing, he's gonna beat him 10 times out of 10. But if he get in there and try to knock this nigga out, he might get knocked out fucking with Pitbull Cruz. I'm gonna keep it a dollar bean with that. Pitbull Cruz was this nigga was, man, he was whipping them hooks. And I was like, yo, this nigga's trying to knock this nigga head off. He can't catch this nigga though, know what I'm saying? He just could not catch dude, know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to them. All right, so let's come over here to the main event. with Israel Mazadov, I think that was his name, versus Terence Bud Crawford, a.k.a. is this the illest nigga in Nebraska? This is the illest nigga in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we know that this dude only had like 10 or 11 pro fights, whatever the case may be. Bud's moving up to 154. This is for the WBA title. I thought it was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good fight. Madrimov was very awkward. He did a lot of moving, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of that movement and stuff like that kind of had, a lot of that movement really kind of had Bud, thinking a lot. And the dude obviously held some kind of power and some kind of pop in his punch to where the point Bud, had to, had to kind of time him out a little bit. So, I thought it was a great fight. I thought Bud won the fight. For those running around here acting like Bud lost the fight, like, what is wrong with y'all niggas? I don't know what was going on in Cali last night, man. Was like, I know y'all niggas was outside and shit, but what was in the atmosphere or something with y'all? Because I don't know what y'all niggas was seeing last night, especially with that Rio shit. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck they seen and what they were booing about. But for all you fans running, and Eddie Hearn running around here acting as if Bud Crawford lost his fight and this is an atrocity, like this nigga got robbed or something. Like, come on, bro. I know that's your fighter, Eddie Hearn and shit, bro, but come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? This that Kardashian shit you out here doing. You know what I'm saying? Out here just trying to make a name for yourself, stealing niggas' spotlight and shit like that. Like, come on, man. You're clout chasing out here, dog. You look like a whole clown out here, man. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Bud whooped this nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Bud actually could have stopped this nigga a few times, but I think Bud was so worried about the power of this dude. He kind of got gun shy on going for the stoppage because he definitely hurt him and buckled him a few times in this particular fight. But dude is a big dude. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like a big dude, and Bud said, man, dude's strong. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people are like, man, look, I don't want to see Bud get in there with Canelo and da-da-da-da-da. Like I would say to Bud too, like, look, Bud, man, I ain't going to tell a man if a man feel like he can do something, hey, that man feel like he can do something. I ain't here to shatter nobody's dreams. But, man, if you thought that dude was strong, what you think Canelo is going to be at 168? You know what I'm saying? Canelo is going to be a solid nigga at goddamn 168, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the difference, I would say, with Israel Mazadov and Canelo, I still listen. If the fight happens, bro, I'm rolling with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling with my, my fellow ancient American. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the difference I would say would be in that fight would be Canelo don't move as much as this dude was. This dude was like he was in some kind of house party, like them niggas out there in the Ukraine and how they be listening to that house techno music and all that shit, house party music. Like that's how he was in the ring and shit. Nigga, like he's about to start breakdancing and shit out there. Like, you know what I mean? Canelo's not doing all of that. And then throwing awkward ass goddamn shots and shit like that. Canelo's coming through either jab, a hook, a uppercut, you know what I'm saying? Down left hook to the body, uppercut to the body. Like everything's real basic. So it's not something as awkward. That's the one thing I would say at that. If him and Canelo end up making that fight happen, it would be a lot different than this Masvidal fight. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo, listen, man. Canelo's a big dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I don't fuck with Canelo with this Edgar Berlanga fight. I don't fuck with that shit at all. But I don't mean Canelo ain't no chump. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. That nigga, you know what I mean? He ducking David Benavidez, but you know what I'm saying? It don't mean that nigga no chump. But it looks like we might be getting this fight, man, between Bud Crawford and goddamn Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it. I do want to see it. I believe in Bud. You know what I'm saying? I believe Bud can get the job done. But if you thought Israel Mazadov had power, nigga, that nigga Canelo's gonna have. He got some power too, and he's sitting at 168. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens, but I want to give a special shout out to Bud. You know what I'm saying? Four weight division champ. We see what's next for Bud. It might be smoke at 154. You know what I'm saying? Get up there and motherfucker Canelo ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Canelo ain't going nowhere. So he's staying at 168 for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it with Bud Crawford is that Bud Crawford don't have a lot of time left in the game. So, he's trying to make these fights happen now. He's only getting older as to where Canelo is younger than him. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's younger than Bud Crawford. So he probably got a few more years as to where Bud don't have that much time left. Bud's trying to get this money. He's trying to accomplish these things and get out the sport of boxing. So, while it's up for grabs, I think Bud need to go ahead and, probably try to get the Canelo fight. If not, trying to unify down there at 154. Nigga Nation would love that Jamel Charlo fight. You know what I'm saying? We would love the Jamel Charlo fight. You know what I'm saying? One thing I didn't like what Bud said before this fight began, though. I felt like, it was a slap in the face to Nigga Nation. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. But he was like, I felt like this fight was bigger, is bigger than the Spence fight. It's like, nigga, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is gonna watch the fight because it's you, but my nigga, like, Nigga Nation, bro, Nigga Nation, not only did Nigga Nation rule the whole saga between Bud and Earl, because that shit did start on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Before the mainstream media start, we want to see we want to see you and Spence get it in. We want to see, that shit all started on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So that was a YouTube grown fight right there. Bud Crawford and Earl Spence, all right? So that was big for Nigga Nation, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But when it comes down to the boxing fans, like the hardcore boxing fans, bro, even the hardcore boxing fans wanted to see that fight. So, and the casuals as well. So it's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect Nigga Nation like that, dog. Straight up and down, you know what I'm saying? Because we built that fight, you know what I'm saying? And that fight is still bigger. Niggas is still talking about that ass whooping you put on goddamn Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? And it's a year later. You know what I mean? Like, this fight right here, bro, this shit is going to be, nigga, by the time next Friday come, ain't nobody going to be talking about this fight no more. You know what I'm saying? That's how big that fight was between you and Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to be worried about no Israel, Mazadov, and all this whole dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody paying attention to that. We worried about what Bud going to do next. Is he going to fight Canelo? Is he going to trying to unify and become 3-time undisputed at 154? You know what I'm saying? What is Bud going to do? That's what we worried about. We not, you know what I'm saying? Immediately after you and Spence fought, Nigga Nation was like, oh, yeah. They going to run it back. They going to run it back. You know what I'm saying? And eventually that never happened. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen because, Earl ain't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. We just got to tell like it is. Earl ain't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? So, it was what it was. But, yeah, man. So, it is what it is, man. But salute to Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. It was a good card. You know what I'm saying? He came to America with it. You gotta have the biggest fights got to be in America. All that Saudi, no disrespect to the Saudis and, what they got going on over there. Seems like a beautiful atmosphere over there. But listen, man, ain't nothing like having sports in America, period. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. We can talk basketball. We can talk football. We can talk, well, I can't say soccer too much, but hockey. We can talk motherfucking boxing, UFC. There's nothing like throwing events in the goddamn America. Point blank, period. So Turkey Al-Sheikh, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to start making these fights happen just like you did with Bud. Start making these big fights happen in America, bro, man. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. Start making these big fights happen in America. Keep doing what you're doing because you are putting on some good fights. I ain't going to sit up here and hold you, but you being inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, that's you bought that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you bought that. Straight up and down. You straight up paid and bought that. You know what I'm saying? That's bought and paid for. That's not earned to me. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion. It's Tell Like It Is TV hating on Turkey Al-Sheikh because he got bread and all this. I'm not hating on that, man. I just don't like the fact that we don't know how long this nigga's going to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? This nigga can come in here and make all these fights happen, make his money, and then disappear from the sport of boxing. We ain't got time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. If you in it, you got to be in it to win it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You got to be in it for the long haul. You know what I mean? And anybody can come through first year and be throwing money around, this, that, and the third. We see what happens with a lot of these different promoters and promotional companies. They get out here and start throwing all this big money around to these fighters. and then all of a sudden these fighters ain't gathering enough attention, or they not selling pay-per-views the way that they need, so they can get that money to come back and bounce back. And then a lot of these promotional companies, they in and then they out. You know what I'm saying? So for the Nevada State athlete, y'all niggas is pathetic, man. I ain't want to sit up and hold you, man. Y'all niggas is just, y'all niggas can be paid for anything. Y'all niggas sold y'all soul to this nigga, man. Straight up and down. Y'all niggas sold y'all soul to this nigga Turkey Ali Sheik, man. Straight up and down. But salute the Turk, man. Salute the Turk, man. Real talk, man. But yeah, too much camera time for this nigga, though, man. Straight up and down. Too much. This nigga want to be seen and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Got this nigga in the ring and shit. And we talking about Hall of Famers like goddamn De La Hoya and Roberto Duran and shit. And you got this nigga Turkey Ali Sheik, like he been a part of boxing his whole goddamn life and shit. Inducting this nigga in the Hall of Fame. Like, y'all niggas is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Straight up and down. But it is what it is, though, man. Anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell it like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure y'all niggas hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, tell it like it is TV. We out of here, y'all.